Welcome to the 5th annual Fishing with Joe seminar here at R&R Bait.
How many?
Every year, it just seems to get a little bigger and a little bigger and a little bigger. And I think it kind of started with the foundation many years ago when I was a child, just like these little ones, and my family owned a bait shop. One day I said I would grow up and I would have my own fishing show. And I would sit in the back room of the bait shop and I would look at fishing videos and fishing shows, and my dad would pat me on the head and say, okay, sure, that's going to happen. And as I began to grow up working in the shop, I saw anglers that came in to the shop, and they always had this constant struggle. And the struggle was always to find good areas where they could go and catch a few fish. They're average, hard-working guys. They go to work, take care of their families. They work hard. They just have a little bit of time to go fishing. And they want that time on the water to be productive. And I said, that's my niche. What I'm going to do is I'm going to help these guys catch fish. I am going to do what the other people don't do. And I'm going to share my fishing spots. I'm going to share my fishing spots. And I started sharing the fishing spots, and I remember the first seminar that I did at the boat show at the fairgrounds. I went up and began to share the fishing spots. And when I began to share those fishing spots, immediately the guy who was running the boat show, he came to me afterwards. And he said, you can't do that. You can't give away the fishing spots. And I felt really bad immediately. But then I went and sat down and got something to eat. And about a half a dozen guys came up to me. And they said, wow, you told us someplace that we could go and catch some fish. And the other guys here, they just tried to sell us stuff and told us about techniques in Florida and Alabama and California, and we can't use that here. We can't use that here. And I said, I was correct right from the beginning. You have to hook the fish, and you have to share the spots. You have to share the love. So thank all of you for being here today. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to go over an itinerary of what's going to happen. The first thing that's going to happen is I am going to show a video, and this is a made-for-TV show. So I've been in negotiations with a couple of different TV stations, and the show hasn't gone to TV yet. You guys will get to see it before it goes to TV. There will be two distinct spots, one for crappie, one for largemouth. I will give you exact directions to those spots. But this is going to be unique. The reason it's going to be unique is because in the past I've always had to prove myself. I would film all year long and get the biggest fish that I possibly could and put those in the seminar video. But this year I decided to do something different because I started to think about things, and my cameraman spoke to me and he said, Joe, that's unrealistic. You know, the average guy can't run all around the state like you do and catch fish. Go to 1 or 2 spots, fish for 3 or 4 hours, and show them what they can do in that spot in 3 or 4 hours. With the bait that you're using. Tell them the bait, tell them the spot, do it in 3 or 4 hours. And that's what I've done. So what you see is on public water. You should be able to go out and duplicate what you have seen me do in the videos. Alright, now after I'm done, I will answer some questions. I know you have lots of questions. I'll answer the questions. And then when I am done, Mr. Nick Rodabaugh from the Ohio Division of Wildlife, he is going to speak to you. And this is the man that you want to know. I mean, I know everyone is just going to hit him up on Facebook and try to be friends because he has the information that everybody wants. He is the fisheries biologist who goes out and he runs the shock boat, he shocks the fish up, he scoops them up, he weighs them, he measures them, writes down all the data, and he just kind of has it all to himself. All of that data that we just want so bad as fishermen. Nick's got all that data. So he's going to go over that data, and after I'm done giving up fishing spots, he's going to give up some fishing spots. Some really, really, really good ones. So when we are done, you are going to have lots of fishing spots where you can go to, each and every one of you, and catch some fish. Now after that's over, then we're going to take a little break so you can stretch your legs. Then Mr. Dave Maurice is going to come up, and he is going to go over some tips and tactics. Now Dave is the owner of the most successful soft plastics lure company in the state of Ohio. He has been doing it for years. He is an expert at what he does. That's why he makes the best lures, because he is a fisherman and he pays attention to the details. He makes lures that fish want to eat, not just lures that are going to sell when they hang on the wall and look pretty in the package. He's not about that. He is about catching fish. Alright, so he's going to go over tips and tactics. Then Miss Terry Boyd, she is an excellent sawguy angler. She has placed in numerous tournaments over the last decade here in Central Ohio, catching sawguys in many of the different tournaments. And so she is going to share some of her experience and some of her spots on Alum Creek, Buckeye, and Hoover. Alright? So you are going to have lots of spots. If there's any time left, I've got another video that I will show at the end. And then, kind of in the middle, I will be giving away lots of prizes. Our spokesmodel, Cheyenne, she will be drawing names out of the box. And so make sure that you have your name written down and it is in that box. That way you can win some of those prizes that we're going to give away. I will be giving away the Blu-ray disc that you see playing here. Then I have some t-shirts. We'll be giving those away. Venom Lures has graciously given us some baits, so we'll be giving those away. Shope's Tires has given me some coupons for oil changes, so I'll be giving those away. And then the grand prize, a guided trip, one-man guided trip, where person that wins, you get to go out with me and I take you to the hot spot and we catch the big ones. So one person will win that prize.